In the grand scheme of things, there is an inherent truth about strength. It's not always loud. Often, the most powerful forces in the world operate quietly, unseen by most, yet their impact reverberates through everything they touch. Take a moment and think about the women in your life, the ones who have stood at the edge of darkness, quietly carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. It's not an easy task. No matter how impressive they may be to all that surrounds them, it's not one they signed up for, nor is it something they expect recognition for. But every day they get up and they do it. They bear the burdens of others, the weight of the world, and they do it with grace. And let's not forget, they do it with courage. Courage so quiet that we often overlook it. Women have an incredible capacity for endurance, for navigating the difficulties of life with a sense of determination that can only be described as transcendent. They are not looking for applause or validation. They simply keep going. This quiet form of courage, often cloaked in humility, is the foundation upon which much of our world rests. It is a force that is often invisible, yet without it, nothing could move forward. It is this kind of strength, the kind that does not demand the spotlight, that changes the world, slowly but inevitably. I've seen it countless times. Women who, despite facing the harshest of circumstances, do not succumb to the pressure. They walk through fire with poise, not because they are without fear, but because they understand that the only way to overcome is to move through it. It's not the loudest voices that carry the heaviest load. It's the quiet ones, the ones who bear their pain, their doubts, and their fears, and still find a way to smile, to keep going, to push forward. And that is a strength that cannot be defined by any traditional measure of power or success. It is a strength of spirit. It is the kind of strength that we all need to cultivate within ourselves. If you look at the world, at history, or even at your own life, you'll find that it's often the women who hold everything together. Their strength is not found in overt declarations, but in the acts of love and care they offer daily. Whether it's a mother raising her children through hardship, a woman working tirelessly in a job she loves or loathes, or the wife supporting her partner through thick and thin, the power of a woman's silent resolve cannot be overstated. These women don't make grand speeches or claim attention, but they shape the course of history every single day. It's as if the very fabric of society is held together by the invisible threads of their determination. We offer the best-in-class products. There is an unfortunate tendency in the world to confuse strength with visibility. We often think of the loudest, most commanding voices as the ones who hold power, but this could not be further from the truth. In fact, true strength is often hidden. It's the woman who supports everyone around her without asking for anything in return. It's the one who helps her community flourish without ever drawing attention to her efforts. It is the silent, persistent force that moves mountains, not by force, but through consistency and perseverance. It's the woman who, when life throws her into the most trying of circumstances, chooses to rise above. She doesn't collapse. She doesn't scream. She just keeps walking forward, one step at a time, because that's what strength is. Moving through pain, through hardship, through fear, and emerging stronger on the other side. We live in a world that often rewards the loudest voices, but in doing so, we miss out on the true power that exists within us all. Women have always understood that sometimes the loudest actions are not the ones that carry the most weight. Sometimes it is the quietest, most unassuming actions that have the most profound impact. A woman's ability to endure quietly and relentlessly, to shoulder the burdens of the world without complaint, is perhaps one of the greatest forms of courage we could ever witness. This is not the courage that shouts and demands attention. This is the courage that simply exists in action. It is the courage to keep moving no matter what. We must understand that this quiet courage does not mean that women do not feel the weight of the world. On the contrary, it means that they feel it deeply, but choose not to let it break them. They face life's trials, its injustices, its challenges, and yet they persist. In this persistence lies a profound form of strength. It is strength born not out of circumstance, but out of choice. Women choose to rise. They choose to keep going. They choose to carry on, even when the world around them seems to be falling apart. This is the essence of real strength. not the ability to avoid suffering, but the ability to endure it with grace and with courage. There's a profound lesson to be learned here. Strength does not always show itself in the way we expect. Sometimes it's the small, quiet acts of resilience that have the most profound effect. Think of the countless women who have raised children under difficult conditions, who have faced financial hardship, personal loss, or even the societal pressures that seek to undermine their worth. Yet despite all of this, they continue to carry the load, to nurture, to love, and to lead. It is this quiet, unassuming form of strength that the world so often overlooks. It is this strength that keeps the world moving forward, even when everything around us seems to be falling apart. True strength lies not in the ability to shout the loudest or to demand attention. It lies in the ability to keep going when the road is hardest, to hold your head high when life tries to break you, and to continue doing what is necessary even when no one is watching. It's in the grace with which women carry their burdens, the courage with which they face each new day, and the resilience with which they persist. When we recognize this, when we see the power of quiet courage, we begin to understand that it's not the loudest, most visible acts that change the world, but the quiet, persistent ones. Women embody this lesson every single day. They remind us that strength is not always in what we say, but in what we do. It's not in the grand gestures, but in the daily, consistent actions that make all the difference. So the next time you see a woman quietly carrying the weight of the world, remember that she is a force of nature. Her strength may not be loud, but it is profound. She may not seek recognition, but she deserves it. She may not be seen, but she is everything. In her quiet courage, she embodies a power that cannot be denied, a power that shapes the world, one small, quiet act of strength at a time. And perhaps, just perhaps, this is the kind of strength we should all seek to cultivate within ourselves. There is a profound strength in the way women rise above their struggles. It's not the kind of strength that announces itself with fanfare or demands acknowledgement from the world. No, it's something far deeper, far more enduring. It's the quiet resilience, the steady resolve to keep moving forward, no matter how heavy the burdens they carry or how stormy the skies above them. This kind of strength does not seek validation. It is its own reward. It doesn't cry out for recognition because it exists for a greater purpose, to build, to nurture, and to create a better future, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. If you pause for a moment and reflect, you will see this strength in the women who have shaped your life. It's in the mother who sacrifices sleep, comfort, and personal ambitions to ensure her children have everything they need. It's in the sister who stands as a silent pillar of support during your darkest hours. It's in the wife or partner who shoulders the unspoken burdens of life's challenges, offering a quiet, unwavering presence when the world feels like it's crumbling. This strength is not flashy, but it is the backbone of everything good and meaningful in life. Without it, the very fabric of our lives would unravel. What makes this strength so extraordinary is that it is often overlooked, even by the very people who benefit from it the most. Society tends to glorify loudness, to elevate those who shout their achievements from the rooftops. Yet, the most profound acts of courage and endurance often happen in silence. They happen in the countless small sacrifices that women make every single day. They happen in the quiet decisions to persevere, even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. As one old proverb wisely puts it, the strongest trees are not those that grow quickly and visibly, but those whose roots dig deep into the unseen soil. There is an inherent humility in this kind of strength. It does not demand attention or applause. It simply exists, quietly shaping the world in ways we rarely stop to appreciate. But make no mistake, this strength is not born of weakness or passivity. It is forged in the fires of hardship, in the crucible of life's toughest moments. It takes extraordinary courage to endure, to rise above pain and hardship without bitterness or complaint. This is not the kind of strength that fades when tested. It grows stronger. It is the kind of strength that endures. I've often thought about what it takes to rise above life's challenges with such grace. It's not about denying the pain or pretending it doesn't exist. Women feel it deeply, more deeply than most of us will ever know, but they choose to transform that pain into something meaningful. They take the chaos of life and shape it into order. They take the broken pieces and create something whole. This is no small feat. It requires a kind of emotional and spiritual discipline that few of us ever fully understand. It's a testament to the incredible resilience of the human spirit. To witness this kind of strength is to witness something sacred. It's not just about enduring, it's about transforming. It's about taking the struggles and turning them into stories of triumph, turning wounds into wisdom. There's a saying that has always struck me as deeply true. Scars are not signs of weakness, they are proof of survival. The women who carry their scars with dignity and grace remind us of this truth. They remind us that life is not about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about rising above it, about becoming stronger, wiser, and more compassionate because of it. This strength is not confined to any one role or identity. It's not just in the mother, the wife, or the sister. It's in every woman who chooses to rise above her circumstances. It's in the entrepreneur who faces failure after failure but refuses to give up. It's in the teacher who dedicates herself to shaping the minds of the next generation. It's in the nurse who works tirelessly to heal others, often at the expense of her own well-being. In every corner of life, women are showing us what it means to rise, to endure, to persist. And they do it all without asking for recognition, without demanding the spotlight. The world often underestimates this kind of quiet strength, but it is the foundation upon which so much depends. It is the strength that keeps families together, that builds communities, that nurtures the future. It's easy to overlook because it doesn't seek attention. But if we were to stop and truly see it, we would realize just how much we owe to this silent, steady force. It is a reminder that real power doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it doesn't speak at all, but it moves mountains just the same. To honor this strength is not just to celebrate women, it is to celebrate the best of what humanity can be. It is to acknowledge that true courage is not found in the absence of fear, but in the decision to act in spite of it. It is to recognize that the most meaningful contributions often come from those who are not looking for praise, but who simply do what needs to be done because it is the right thing to do. As the poet Rumi wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Women in their quiet strength embody this truth. They take life's wounds and let the light shine through. There is a lesson here for all of us. We live in a world that often values appearance over substance, noise over meaning. But if we truly want to understand what it means to be strong, we need to look beyond the surface. We need to look at the quiet acts of courage, at the silent sacrifices, at the unspoken resilience that so many women embody every day. These are the things that truly matter. These are the things that build a better world. And so let us take a moment to truly see the women who carry the weight of the world with such grace and courage. Let us honor their strength, not with empty words, but with genuine appreciation and respect. Let us learn from their example, for they show us what it means to be truly strong, truly courageous, truly human. They remind us that the greatest acts of heroism are not always the ones we see. Often they are the ones that happen quietly, in the background, shaping the world in ways we may never fully understand. In their quiet strength, women show us the power of persistence, the beauty of resilience, and the importance of grace. They teach us that true strength is not about domination or control. It is about love, about service, about rising above. And in doing so, they remind us of what it truly means to live a life of purpose and meaning. May we all strive to embody even a fraction of the quiet, powerful courage that women show us every single day.